Hey guys, got a rare night off where I can do a video, so show you a few things I've got lately. Haven't had a whole lot come in. I think I've got probably 3 or 4 comic hauls coming in the next week or two. But I got a little bit of everything. Got some DVDs, some magazines, a couple comics, and I got a package from my buddy Sid, as everybody knows. BLADE911100. A couple things I got off Amazon. One I've been wanting to get for a while, but this first one, I don't know if I had seen this before on TV or part of it on TV, but big Beatles fan. But this is a really cool documentary on John Lennon. It's the 30th anniversary commemorative edition of John Lennon, Love Is All You Need. It's a really cool DVD. I had a lot of stuff on Lennon and some video I hadn't seen. But anybody that's a music fan or likes the Beatles, it's a good DVD. And one that I've been really wanting to see for a while has just come out, I think, last year. Martin Scorsese film was George Harrison, Living in the Material World. And, you know, I like all the Beatles, but probably, you know, George and Paul is my favorite, and probably George is becoming my favorite now, just because the more I listen to his music, the more I like his tunes, the ones he had written, and a lot of his later solo stuff. But this is really a great DVD. Kind of tells about his spiritual side and a lot of his personal life. It has his son and his widow talking about him, and Paul and Ringo doing some interviews. So it's a great film for anybody that's a fan of the Beatles or George Harrison. So highly recommended. Okay, got some magazines, got a graphic novel. Here's an issue of Comic Book Marketplace, number 97. This is an all Kurt Swan issue, and anybody that's read this magazine, I know Captain Strangelove really likes this book too. It's got really good articles on Silver and Bronze Age stuff and some Golden Age stuff. But this is an issue I didn't have, and it's really hard, I'm finding, to put together a whole run of this, especially the earlier issues. But haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to digging into it. Big fan of Kurt Swan. Of course, the guy drew Superman for 35 years. I mean, he was the artist on Action Comics, Superman, Superboy and the Legion. He did just about everything. Superboy. He just one of my favorites. And you know, I know his style isn't as realistic as you say, you know, Neil Adams or Alex Ross or somebody, but to me, Kurt Swan will always be the Superman artist. So, cool magazine. This is a Marvel graphic novel I didn't have. This is called Emperor Doom. It's about the Avengers. It's by, who's this by? David Michelin and Bob Hall. I really like Bob Hall's art. He was at the con here last year, and I had him sign a few books. And I think he's coming back, so I might take this from him and get him signed. But this is a really great story. You know, if you like the Avengers or Doctor Doom. This was probably come out mid-'80s. I'm not sure what year it was. Don't know. I would say probably 87, 86, 87. This came out, so good story. Here's an issue of Eerie I found at a really great price, and this is number 131. This is an all Wally Wood issue, and man, that is a beautiful cover. If you like Wally Wood, every story in here is by the Woodster. Cool stuff. 2 or 3 comics. I got an upgrade to one of my JLAs. It's Justice League 108. This is the second part of the JLA JSA team up where they meet the freedom fighters, the old quality heroes that DC acquired the rights to. You know, you have Uncle Sam and Black Condor in the Raid, Human Bomb. You know, the guys that were in the freedom fighters. And I like about this has got the Golden Age Superman in it, which was kind of a rare thing in these team ups. But I had like probably a VG copy. This is probably a Probably a very fine near mint. It's hard to find stuff with a black background that doesn't have a lot of creases and breaks and stuff, color breaks, but this is a really nice copy. And I found an issue that I didn't have, my JLA, so I can cross this one off the list. I think 28 to go now. Just Leave America 51. Complete with go-go checks at the top. Of course, you know, anything in the mid-60s with Batman had Batman prominent on the cover just because of the TV show. But this was actually before Zatanna and Elongated Man were in the Justice League. So you have guest stars by two non-Justice Leaguers. And he's got Batman, Atom, Hawkman, maybe Green Arrow's in this, or Green Lantern. But it's probably a VG fine copy, pretty good, pretty decent condition. So glad to get that one. And here is a little oddity. You know, anybody that's a fan of old music or stuff from the 60s, that's a nice little book to have. This is Harvey Pop Comics #2. This is one of those square-bound books I like. But this is Rock Happening. I'm not really sure what's on the inside. But there was only 2 issues of this, and I am still looking for the first issue, and it is elusive. And it features the cow seals, and the reason it's kind of, I don't know if it's important, but it's kind of goes along with what I'm saying here. The purchase I made from Sid. I got of course everybody that watches his videos knows, you know, he scored a big haul of LPs and 45s and 78s. And I dealt with him for a couple old 45s. So the 2 I got was What Is Happy, cow seals, and of course the classic hair from the you know, musical. And you know, cow seals, for people that don't know, they were a family band like the Jackson 5 or you know, the Beach Boys or something like that, but they were actually like 5 brothers and a sister and a mother, and this family was actually the family that they based the Partridge Family on. And basically they were going to use these kids in the TV show, but they said, we don't want to use your mother, we want to get Shirley Jones. So I think they basically told them to go screw themselves. You know, they weren't going to do a show without their mother. So but you know, the Partridge Family that you see is based on the Cowsill family, basically. So so there's What Is Happy and Hair, and the other one is another Cowsill 45, Time for Remembrance, and another one of their hits, We Can Fly, which is kind of in the same vein as I don't know, Beautiful Balloon by the Fifth Dimension. Wouldn't you like to ride in my beautiful balloon? It's kind of got that feel to it. But I really like their music. It's kind of folk, poppy sound and stuff. But you know, I kind of grew up on it for some reason. I always just kind of recognized those guys. But for anybody that, if you ever see a copy of Harvey Pop Comics #1, this is #2. They only made 2 issues. But if you find a copy of #1, please let me know, because that book is like impossible to find. And like I say, #1 features the cow seal, so that's another big reason I want to find it. So, well, guys, that's all I got for now. I got 3 or 4 comic hauls coming in the next couple of weeks, so I'll be showing some stuff. I got a stack of new comics coming in. Most of the stuff you guys have already seen. So, and I think I've got like all the 3D covers that DC put out. Maybe I think I've got 51 of the 52 coming in. I think the other one's coming later. You know, I'll try to go through them quick so I won't bore you guys, because I know you've seen a lot of that. But as always, thanks for watching. I'm trying to catch up on vids, as always. Work kind of puts me behind, but I am getting there. So guys, I appreciate you watching, commenting, and onward and upward.